Another day here in the beautiful city of Lagos, and I trust you have been making moves. Welcome to another episode of Metro Lagos, where we discuss issues surrounding the capital city of Nigeria. We take you to a town in Lagos and of course a relaxing spot where you can use for your getaways. I'm sure you do not want to miss this episode and more, so stay tuned and follow me.
Street trading has been an age-long practice in Lagos, where traders are seen displaying their goods along the side of the road, either on the tables or on the ground, carried with their hands or hanging on the walls. In street trading, varieties of goods such as fresh vegetables to prepare foods, from building materials to garments and crafts, and from consumer electronics to auto repair to household items are made available, and they are also priced low. Many people enter street trading because they cannot find a job in the formal economy. A very popular feature of street traders is that they can be found on busy streets. The advantages of street trading include small capital to operate in. Many street traders need little or no capital to get goods. Goods can as well be gotten from a wholesaler on credit and paid for when goods are sold. Another advantage is that it is very much accessible to travelers or passersby. A major report from buyers is that seeing the goods sold along the road awakens the need for the product. People in buses, cars, or even walking can purchase products without deviating from their cost, while the advantages are thrown into the buyer's favor. The disadvantages from street trading includes wastage of goods, which is a major problem street traders face. Goods may be stocked past their expiry date and it makes it impossible to sell. This is another reason why goods are sold at lesser price, amassing little or no profit. Another limitation of street trading is the problem of upscaling. Many street traders cannot expand their market base due to space and storage issues. Increasing the quantity of goods stocked can lead to higher profits, but because of this limitation, many still operate on a small basis. This brings in the cost of renting a space. The cost of renting a space may outweigh the cost of goods sold, which can reduce the profit margin for a street trader. Street traders are concerned about the profits, which makes upscaling quite difficult, even after gathering a lump sum of profits. Street trading is termed illegal and dangerous because of the risk involved. Many can be seen sitting along motorways, rail tracks, and they scamper for safety when vehicles are seen coming. Despite the risk, street trading is high on the rise as they have low barriers to entry, limited startup costs, and flexible hours. Surviving as a street vendor requires a certain amount of skill. There is a high competition among vendors for space in the streets, and access to customers is very competitive, and street traders must be available to negotiate effectively with customers. Street trading has been an age-long practice across the world. While an average person walking on the road supports street trading, there's a plan by government institutions to eradicate street trading, which makes it even more difficult for street traders to operate. They, however, hope that policies are driven into their favor to make surviving life easier. One less headache for street traders is all they ask for.
Iyanopaja market is one of the largest markets on the mainland, where you can find a variety of goods to purchase at very affordable rates. While there are many store owners in the market, it is always packed with buyers, which gives room for a number of street traders. With street trading, there's a huge bargain when it comes to purchase because there's a need to make profit as quickly as possible. Jerry Nwokolo was a former street trader who sold pastries at Bega area, and he shared his thoughts about street trading.
Has its pros and its cons. One major advantage of street trading is that the passing by would-be customer or commuter is able quickly to notice a product or a brand and make a purchase if he or she is willing to. So it's a quick advertisement.
At Iyanopaja market, Michael, Joseph and Blessing are street traders who have advertised the wares along the market route for
Cajuns, popularly called Ahube. Lately 16 months.
Just get since 2019 to date, I've been starting in GSM bus stop selling skirts.
I've been here since 2016. I sell okreka.
While Oge, who owns a store, is battling a hike in rent, street traders also face a share of pain for the space they use, even if it requires standing along the road to sell their wares. A street trader is mandated to pay a certain amount of money to have access to this space. By not doing so, they are at risk of getting their goods packed, seized, or even destroyed. The amount of money varies across different locations in the market.
2 months ago, we have been experiencing decline in sales. I don't know whether it's the weather or is it about the removal of fuel subsidy, or is it about the just concluded salary. But there's a decline since this month. starting from end of last month to this month, a big decline.
I have to be sincere, it has not been easy. It has been hectic, especially when you enter rainy season like this. Business will be very, very tough and strong. It's only people that have the mind can succeed in it. And especially nowadays, the rainfall like today now, rain just finished falling a few seconds ago. And we'll be running away, we're running here with a secretary, looking for where to hide our head. The sun will hit us, the rain will beat us, nowhere to run to.
No dey easy o, make I no lie for you, no dey easy. See now, rain dey fall since morning, we don dey run up and down. No money, people say where they even dey buy, we no dey see. No money. Make una help us, we dey see something for this road wey we dey. See my clothes now, but I don't dey feel cold.
Another major issue faced by street traders is keeping their goods as safe as possible. They tell us the technique used in storing their products and even the risks involved. Oge, who owns a store in the market, also speaks on how goods are stored for street traders.
It depends. You want to own a space, so you have to pay some money ranging from 30,000, 40,000, depending on the site. Mind you, this whole market is not the same. Some places pay higher, some are cheaper. Like if you are the front this way, it's more costly. If you are down, it's more cheaper. Yeah, depending on the citation, because here is like the entrance to the market is more costly than the inside.
Days when I was at Ojodu Beggar, because I used to be a distributor of Bibles for many years, I could tell you that the street urchins, the boys, could sell. I'll talk about well as 7 years ago, 8 years ago, they could sell you a space on the roadside for as much as 70,000. 50, 70,000.
I dey pay money every day. They pay 800 naira every day
for a year, and yet it's not even guaranteed. If something happens, maybe there's a government intervention and they throw people away from this.
We pay probably every day 400, 500 or thereabout. If you say you have not sold, they will carry your market, and believe me, you know that word means these Aboro people will take your market, and if care is not taken, you will not even see your market again. They will begin to tell you stories like few weeks back, I lost money because of there is no change. Till date, I keep on paying that, still paying that money. Even they didn't even care to say, don't forget about for a few days or a few weeks. No.
They added, let me not lie, 150% on top of the original rent price. They added 150%. To pay, yearly we used to pay 120, but around this time now they said it's 350, even our house rent. So we are packing out because of the rent.
In Nigeria, intense rainfall is often experienced in April and October, which poses as a challenge for street traders because shelters are not provided.
Rent a parking store outside the market. So after the day sale, we rebag it, keep it in a clean sack, put nylon under, so that in case there is rain, it won't touch the goods. They will not take it back to the store. The next day, we call Aboki, pay him 100 naira, he still bring it back.
Well, there are two ways people do it around this metropolis. Some have a parking store somewhere, which is jointly owned by a group of traders. So when there is a need to protect the goods or to store them overnight when they are closing, they pack them into the parking store. Or otherwise, they might just have to look for somebody who is a friend or closely knit to them where they can keep their products.
Every month is 1,000, but we pay 3 months ahead, and that 3 months is 3,000. But there are people that pay 100 naira, 200 in each parking store, depending how the parking store is. And if care is not taken, even the parking store is not even safe to keep market because of what? Some people can come and pack their market thinking that is theirs, and you begin to look for it. I know what that means. You will start the world afresh.
I dey carry my market to go house. I don't get parking shop because I don't get the money. I dey carry, if I sell finish now, I carry my market, they go house.
They can't afford to pay for their store where they store their goods anymore. So at times they will beg us to keep their goods at our own store because they are our customers. We can't say no. So they will not keep the goods there in the morning. Early they will not carry their goods back. So been keeping it there for like 3 months now, and you can't chase them away. You should look out for each other now. That's it.
Asking Oti and Blessing if selling in Lagos is worth it with all the challenges that comes with it. Here's what they have to say.
Nigeria is full of suffering. So we have come to see it as a way of life. When there is rain, as it's about to come now, we'll pack. When the rain stops, we'll come out again. That's it.
Comes is a challenge because obviously for street trading you don't have a canopy or some form of shelter. So when the rain comes in, your business is interrupted because obviously you have to scamper to a place of safety where your products won't get damaged by water, by the rainwater.
Sales na God hand everything there. Na times go come, we no go make sales. Still you go still pay money for where we dey also.
I would say yes, because in the other hand I would still say no. Why? Because why am I saying yes and no? Because living in Lagos is very, very tough, especially if you don't have anybody in Lagos. Like people like me, no father, no mother, no brother, no even sibling, that have been hustling to survive, that have been passing through one challenge to the other.
Just like Michael, Oti and Blessing are doing the work, forming lifelong bonds and friendships, they hope that one day everything pays off and Lagos finally smiles on them. The name Badagry was derived from the city's indigenous method of subsistence, which includes fishing, farming, and salt production. Others think the city was called after Agbede, a well-known farmer whose farm, Agbadarigi, was renamed Badagry by Europeans. Badagry served as a corridor for Europeans to carry slaves to new destinations in the early 18th century. Its marker is called Point of No Return. Badagry is a coastal town and local government area in Lagos State, Nigeria. It is quite close to the city of Lagos and located on the north bank of Port Novo Creek, an island waterway that connects Lagos to the Benin's capital of Port Novo. Being the second largest town in Lagos State, Badagry is surrounded by lakes, creeks, a runlet, and an island which makes beaches and resorts one of the major attractions of the ancient town. In 2016, the town had a population of about 241,000 indigenous. Badagry is situated on the southwest coast of Nigeria, bordered by the Gulf of Guinea to the south. It is located just between the southwest of Lagos and the east of Sem, a border town in the Benin Republic. Like Lagos Island, it is on the bank of island lagoons, a system of creeks and waterways that are navigable to Lagos and Port Novo South. The native language of Badagry is Ewe Egun, a dialect of Aja Ewe and similar to the Fon language, an Aja subgroup that is spoken in Port Novo. A number of festivals are celebrated in Badagry, including the Ajido Sangbeto Cult, Igunoko Festival, and Badagry Diaspora and Heritage Festivals. Although the Egun dominate Badagry, there are still other ethnic groups that live amongst them, majorly the Awori and Egbado groups. It is also of note that the neighboring Republic of Benin harbors the majority of the Egun tribes. Egun is the native language of the people of Badagry, and Yoruba language is generally spoken, but Egun is a predominant dialect of Ajara, which is similar to the Fon language. Badagry is a monarchy headed by the Wenu Hauliship, a kingship headed by the Akron of Badagry, and its 7 white cap high chiefs. Badagry had established the institution of divine kingship, the Wenu Haulu. This had its root from its historical migration from the Ketu kingdom in the 15th century. From the periods the Wenu Haulu Akran Bafo down to the present the Wenu Haulu Akran Menu Toyi, the stool had produced 17 Akran. The White Caps chief administered the 8 quarters into which Badagry is divided: Ahokivo, Boiki, Jigba, Osuko, Agwanijo, Asago, Walako, and Ghana. These quarters and the families that ruled them played prominent roles in brokering slave trade with the Europeans and Brazilians. The title of Badagry's royal father is Oba Akran, a kingship so influential that one of the longest commercial avenues in Ikeja, Oba Akran Avenue, was named after it. The weather in Badagry at the beach is always very breezy and cool during the dry season because of the coconut trees that surrounds the beach and the presence of the ocean. The rainy season is always very wet and cold. While the sea level rises, it is always advised not to visit the beach during the rainy season. The best times for a visit are from mid-July to early September and from mid-December to late January. Important places in Badagry are the Royal Palace of Mobi, which is a historical slave relics museum housed in the 19th century colonial building. It is a repository of the role played by local Chief Mobi in conniving with the slave masters to capture locals during the transatlantic slave trade, as well as the opposite role played by his son in overturning slavery in the area. The museum houses show evidence of the arrival of Europeans to the Badagry area and the origins of the human traded for money, gin, and all other things. Another important place in Badagry is the 4-story building. The 4-story building is located in Badagry, Lagos State. The foundation of the building started in 1842 and was completed in 1845. It was erected by the Reverend Henry Townsend of the Church Missionary Society, CMS. Samuel Ajayi Crowther, the first African CMS bishop, lived there where he undertook the translation of the Holy Bible from English to Yoruba. It was also used as a vicarage for St. Thomas Anglican Church. Another important place to note is the point of no return, and is located on the beautiful island of Badagry. This was the gateway for transporting slaves off the coast of Badagry to Europe and America. The island was a major slave port after it was opened in 1473 during the transatlantic slave trade era. As many as 10,000 slaves are believed to have been shipped from the island to the Americas between 1518 and 1880. The Agai Tree Memorial in Badagry was the place where Christmas was first celebrated in Nigeria by Reverend Freeman and Reverend Townsend on December 25, 1842. The Agai Tree Monument is on the site once occupied by the Agia Tree. The Agia Tree was 160 feet tall, which is 49 meters tall, with a circumference of about 30 feet, which is 9.1 meters. Remarkable for being the tree under which Christianity was first preached in Nigeria by Thomas Birch Freeman and Henry Townsend on 24th September 1842. The tree lived for over 300 years until it was uprooted by a storm on 20th June 1959. In place of the tree, an obelisk was erected in 2012 in celebration of 170 years of Christianity in Nigeria. Overall, Badagry is known to be a historical town. Badagry today is a thriving, bubbling community segmented into 8 districts, and it is also seen as a community that offers visitors a unique glimpse into Nigerian history and traditions, with its beautiful scenery, rich culture, and an array of recreational sites.
Yes, that's how far we can go on the episode for today. I'm sure you've learned a thing or two about the town of Badagry and street trading here in the city of Lagos. Till I come your way again next time, I remain Grace Cofie. Many thanks for watching. Bye for now.